Hi guys, welcome to another video of MaxiAspie, and today I'll be talking about autism and socialising. So for autistic people it can be very hard to socialise just because of the processing of information, but also understanding social cues, things to say, things not to say, processing people's reactions, and just in general that idea of having to speak to somebody can be quite daunting to an autistic person. Now for myself, I couldn't speak till I was 6, so already with the language I was a little bit behind on trying to explain how I felt, trying to get across what I meant, and just speaking to people generally. And then for people to interact with me in primary school, it was quite difficult for them because they couldn't understand what I was saying, they couldn't understand how I was feeling, to the point where my PE teacher would simply ask me, "Max, are we having one of these today? Are we having one of these?" And that was the sort of simplicity of my socialisation with people. Over time my socialisation got better and I started using cues and things that I learned from other people, also known as sort of masking, and sort of just acting how I thought people would act in those sort of situations. Now it's important to know that autistic people, it's not that they don't want to socialise, it's just because they don't quite know how to, and they struggle to learn those skills and that knowledge that they need to interact with people. So autistic people can come across as sometimes awkward, they can come across as insensitive or shy or not really wanting to know people, but for most autistic people it's not the case. They just don't know how to socialise and how to approach a conversation or start a conversation, or they don't want to say the wrong thing or get into a situation where they feel uncomfortable. So in these videos I want to try and give tips to people who want to involve autistic people in conversations and just generally help them and support them in the way that they deserve and that they need. So things that would have helped me is just having that one person come up to me and talk to me. So in school I had 2 people. I really wanted to learn how to play football and I didn't, to the point I would just run into the middle of the football pitch, pick up the ball and run with it. And these 2 people one day decided that I was disrupting the game too much, and they thought, okay, it'd be best to teach them how to play football. And that really helped me, and it gave me a sense of belonging and getting to know people. And sense of getting to know people really boosted my confidence and my self-esteem. Another thing I would encourage people to do is not only start that conversation, but if they do say the wrong thing or say something that might not be appropriate or anything like that, don't make them feel awkward about it or laugh at them or anything like that, because it's only just going to make them feel even worse than what they already may feel. It's just checking in on people, even if you're not close friends with them. Autistic people are known to be more lonely than neurotypical people, and it's just important that we try and get autistic people involved in everything that we can. I'd also say, of course, any bullying that you see going on in terms of anybody, not only with an autistic person, please make sure people know that bullying is happening, and just let them know that you're there for them if they need that support or need that friend. And the last one, and I think we all need to do this, is not to presume. We presume that autistic people don't understand how other people feel. We presume that autistic people can't look at other people in the eye. We presume all of these things, because they are a stereotype of autism. And my one thing I would tell people is not to presume. Don't presume that an autistic person isn't talking to you because they don't want to, because the reality is they probably do, they just don't know how to talk to you. Don't presume that they don't feel empathy, because if anything, throughout my life I've had to learn how to feel empathy for other people, to the point where I'm probably too empathetic for people now, because I've had to learn that. It's not a skill that's came naturally for me. And the same with looking people in the eye. I'm very aware that now I can look people in the eye because it was something I had to be taught over and over again. So when it comes to presuming, when it comes to feeling that you're not going to be popular or any of these stereotype thoughts or presumptions that you might have, just ignore them. and make sure that we socialise with autistic people, get them involved, and not just presume or have a stereotype against them. And that would be my number one tip for autism and socialising. To autistic people out there as well, don't be afraid to socialise and find that one friend and just do it step by step at a time. And if you ever feel like you need help or support, there's plenty of people out there that are going to feel exactly the same way as yourself as well, and get involved in those groups on Facebook and watch these YouTube videos because they can be really helpful. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, take care, and goodbye for now.